Good Sunday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to Southwest Arkansas weather. And we're going to take a look at your evening weather blog. Going over tonight's forecasted lows, tomorrow's forecasted highs, a 6 day forecast, and the big elephant in the room snowfall chance or snow winter weather, something of that sort, potentially towards the end of next weekend. We're going to go over all that. So let's start off with tonight's overnight lows. Mostly clear skies will be likely as we go overnight today. Calm winds, with overnight lows getting down into the 20s and a few areas in the 30s across southwest Arkansas. I think that should be in the 20s there for Nashville, not at 30 degrees. Just think of that as in between 23 and 22. That should not say 30 degrees. Sorry about that. But once again, overall, overnight low is going to get down into the 20s tonight, so drip those faucets once again. As we go into tomorrow, on Monday, forecasted highs going to be in the 40s and 50s across the region, maybe a few upper 30s, with a northeast wind of around 5 miles an hour. Overnight lows on Monday are going to be down in the 20s once again. We're going to have cloud cover that increases throughout the day, but a wide range in temperatures reaching the near 54 degrees near Bradley, in the 50s across southern portions of the region, and near 40 degrees in Mena and Mount Ida. Taking a look at the 6 day forecast now. Once again, those increasing cloud cover on Monday, mostly sunny skies on Tuesday, and then we begin an active period. And as you can see, by the end of the week, maybe some chances of a wintry mix there as well. Starting off with Tuesday, though, once again, highs in the 50s and 40s, nearing 53 degrees. Overnight lows in the 30s, nearing 35 degrees, with mostly sunny conditions. Rain chances increase as we go into Wednesday, with a 60% chance of rain right now. Overnight lows going to be, or well, forecasted highs, I should say, going to be in the 50s and 40s, 52 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and rain. Overnight lows around 35 degrees, maybe a 20% chance of some rainfall on Thursday, partly cloudy conditions, maybe some rain showers there. Highs once again in the upper 40s and lower to maybe near 50s in some locations. Overnight lows in the 30s, though, across southwest Arkansas. As we go into Friday, highs going to be in the 40s, but we cool down throughout the day as we drop into the teens for overnight lows on Friday. 30% chance currently of some cloudy conditions and, well, of wintry mix, but cloudy conditions will be likely there. Big day, though, that we're going to be keeping an eye on is Saturday. Highs in the 20s potentially, and we may still be too warm on that with 28 degrees, but right now, highs in the 20s, overnight lows in the teens, and I can't rule out some single digit lows. We'll see, though, with that. An Arctic air, blast of Arctic air is going to come in. With that, though, some precipitation could line up with that, so let's talk about that here and show you some of the data behind this. So, starting off here, this is going to be the European model. I do want to say right now, this is the time frame that we kind of look through and start to iron out some details, or just really start to look at the overall pattern. As we go throughout this week, because we're about 6 days out, we will start to iron out the details a little more and give you some more info on this. Right now, timing could still change. Type of precipitation could possibly still change. The biggest thing right now is, let's take a look at the overall pattern. And I'll be honest with you, the overall pattern is supportive of this. We've talked about this throughout the last few weeks, really, that hey, the end of this month we could maybe see some more an uptick in some weather, maybe some winter weather, and looks like we may have that possibility there. But first, looking at this, remember, model data is not perfect. One of the many tools we use to build a forecast, not the only tool. So taking a look at the European model, 18Z run, this is what it's showing as we go into Wednesday. You can see here, up here at the top, there's the time. There's the European model right there, and 18Z run for this morning, for today. As we go into Wednesday, you can see rain chances beginning to increase there through the day on Wednesday. Some small rain chances anyways. Those are not going to be drought-busting rain by any means. That's not going to be what that is. But as we go into Thursday, some leftover showers. But the big story is, as we begin to go into Friday, maybe some increase in some rain chances, and beginning Friday, near that afternoon and evening time, you could begin to see some wintry mix here across the region. And then look at this, overnight, there's some wintry mix, maybe some rain, some snow, some freezing rain, some sleet. Just we'll have to watch what happens with that into Saturday morning, and this only goes out to Saturday at noon with the event ongoing. But you can see Winter weather looks like a good possibility off of this model. We're not going to talk about precipitation or um, snow totals and all of that fun stuff yet. We're going to got to iron out the details, because here's the biggest thing with this. When we zoom out of this, your big question's going to be, here's the thing, here's what you have with this. This is always how it works in weather. You have what you call your column of air from the upper from the 500 millibars down to the surface. 500 millibars, that's decent ways up there. Down at 925 millibars, that's your surface. So most of this area is going to be below freezing. The area we're watching is right here at 850 millibars, just above the surface. As we go into this upcoming week, you're going to notice into this weekend, when that precip starts, here's the thing. As we go into Saturday, most of our southern areas, you're above freezing. You're a few degrees above freezing. So that's warm. So that's that snow and stuff falling through that column, and it melts, and you get your raindrops. Remember, freezing rain looks just like rain until it hits the surface. All that's different with that is the surface is below freezing, and it freezes on contact. You got, depending on how big or the depth of your freezing layer, you may get sleet out of that, which sleet's more just ice pellets. It's remelted, or it's refrozen melted snowflakes pretty much. And if you look at this, we kind of hover right there around that through most of the nighttime into Saturday. So big question is, will this shift south? Will this shift north? That is going to continue to change. It always does. But the GFS also paints this same picture, first starting off with the same thing, the 850 millibar level heights. You can see here going into Friday and Saturday. Here's Friday, or around 10 p.m., 9 p.m., or well, this is more closer in that late evening time frame. You're right around freezing, just above freezing though, in this column of air just above the surface, and then we finally start to shift to that on the newest GFS model there as well. But let's take a look at those precipitation chances on this, or precipitation type. There's those rain chances on Wednesday. That moves in, maybe some on Thursday. And, once again, there's going to be a little difference in the data here because you're looking at two different models, but it pictures the same general idea. Here comes those chances, maybe early afternoon, evening time frame Friday. Remember, timing's going to change. This is mainly the general idea. We got some good agreement on the models that winter weather could be a possibility Friday and Saturday. What types? We'll have to iron out those details as we get closer, but you can see overnight there into Saturday, and that moves through there with some clearer but colder conditions on Sunday. That's just a quick little overview of that. There's a lot of details that you can go into with all that, and once again, this model data right here, that can change. That can still change, but we're going to keep ironing out the details. Just keep an eye on the forecast. Keep an eye on that. As we get closer, we'll start to try to make our accumulation maps and stuff of that nature. Right now, still too early for that. Just remember, we're still 6 days out. We're going to continue to look over the pattern and start to continue to gain either gain some confidence or lose some confidence in that. Right now, there's a lot of agreement between those two models, which this far out, that's a if you're a winter weather fan, that's a good sign. We'll have to see what happens though as we get closer, and we'll continue to do that and iron out those details. But a quick look at your evening weather blog and what's in store for this week ahead. As we go to the second half of this week, an active week looks to be in store. As always, though, we want to end this off by saying a big thanks to our sponsors, Patterson's Credit Union, Southern Dumpster Rental, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and J&S Auto Supply Bumper to Bumper. Make sure to check them all out over on their social media platforms and give them a call if you're in need of any of the things that they provide. As always, have a great rest of your Sunday. See you back here tomorrow morning for another look, an updated look at the evening or at your newest weather info for the week ahead. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.